Hi and welcome to the Azam Sharp channel on YouTube. I'm your host Muhammad Azam, and in this video I'm going to talk about the touch event or the UITouch, which is an essential part of the iPhone development because an iPhone is a touch oriented device. Okay, so I have a simple project over here, and so a couple of things that you need to understand about the touches events. There are a couple of touch events. Okay, so let's see all of them, or most of them. Touches begin. So touches begin will get fired when you touch on the iPhone screen, basically. So that's the beginning of the touch. Okay, and the other event is touches moved. So that touches moved will be fired whenever you are basically dragging your finger when you are swiping. So that is the kind of the event which is touches moved will be fired for that. Then we have touches ended. This is fired when you when you're done, once you basically put your finger on the iPhone and you lift it up, then the touches ended will be fired. When you are dragging an item on the iPhone, when you're swiping, and once you're done swiping, you lift off your finger from the iPhone screen, then touches ended will be fired. Touches cancelled, and we're not going to do any touches cancel demo over here, but that is basically fired when you have a low battery. That is fired. I think that's also fired when you have a call coming, and then the touch, if you're playing any game like Angry Birds or something, so that will be the touch will be cancelled because of the phone call. Okay, so we are going to take a look at these events that are being fired. So if you want to find out the coordinates of the events, so where the touch actually happened, so you can actually do this pretty simply by capturing the CG point. So CG point, and then I can say basically position, and you will get the touches, any object, so any object that is being touched, and then the location in view self.view. Okay, so this will give you some sort of idea the way the touch actually happened, and we can simply print out this position. Let's see, where is that? Okay, position.x and position.y basically. Okay, so we can do a position.y. Okay, so now this is going to capture basically any object, any touch that is going on the self.view, which is a view. Okay, and our view contains number of other objects also, which you will see in this example. And most probably in the next video, I'm going to show you how to do a drag motion. Like you can drag this image of a chicken, so you can drag it across the screen. All right. So let's go ahead and see the events. So now if I click, and you can see these events for basically firing up in the console, it's giving me the location of wherever I click. Okay, and you can see now I'm clicking on kind of like very close to the origin, which is 0,0, not really at the origin, but very close, and it's capturing that particular position. Okay, but what if we want to capture the touch events on this, basically the yellow rectangle? And I think in one of the old videos, someone actually asked me if I'm sitting outside and recording these videos. So no, I'm not really sitting outside, but my neighbor's dog is barking most of the time, so that's why it seems like I'm sitting outside. I'm actually in my home office. All right, and you can actually hear the dog barking. Weird, right? So if you want to capture the touch events, and if you want to find out if the touch event was on the yellow rectangle, okay, then you can find out the events. But this touches begin will fire even though you were clicking on the main view, the white area, Let's actually write again. So it will be fired no matter basically where you click. So if I click over here, it will be fired. If I click, it will be fired, but I can find out that if there are some touch events associated with this particular rectangle, and it's pretty easy to find out. You can simply say the name of the view, and I think I call it yellow view, and let's run it again. So now you will have the touches basically, and they're fired like, you know, basically respect to their position. And the interesting thing is that when it returns the coordinates, you know, it also returns the negative values, which is being fired, because you're trying to fire the event with respect to the relative position for this rectangle. And you can see that when I click on the origin, the upper left corner, it gives me the 1, 1. Of course, I'm not accurate enough to click on the 0, 0, but you can see that when I click over here, it will give me 1, 1 position, which is showing that the position that I'm getting is with respect to the rectangle over here, and not the view, which is the main view, which is this white view. Okay. So some people, what they will do is that they will say, okay, I want to fire the events, or I want to capture the events from the yellow view, the rectangle, the smaller view, but I do not want to capture it from the main view. And what they do is they do something like this: self.view set user interaction enable false. Okay. Now when you put the main view or the parent view as set user interaction enables to false, or no in this case, what happens is that now you can no longer get the events, and not even the child elements will get the events. So you can click all day long, but you will not receive the parent, which is this self view, will not receive any events, and all the childs that are on that view, which is this rectangle, this label, and also this UI image view chicken, they will not receive any event, since you have said that user interaction is disabled. Now for child controls or child views, you can do that. So you can say yellow view and set user interaction enable to no if you don't want to capture the events of of the yellow view. So if I go over here and run it, so you can see I'm firing the events. Okay. Oops, that's weird. I guess it's enable. Oh, that's because it's overriding, I think. Okay, hold on a second. So we are getting the events because on the main view it is actually enabled. So if it's on the main view, it is enabled, which is a view, which is the main self.view. The child will be receiving the events, even though I have set user interaction to no, which is kind of weird behavior, I would say, right? Like I don't expect this to fire, but it is actually firing. That's because the main view, the self.view, the set user interaction enabled is true or yes. Okay, so these are just the basic things to get started with the UITouch events. And in the next video, in the next tutorial, I will show you how you can actually move a UI image view, which in this case is an image of a chicken, using the touches begin event and touches moved event, which is fired whenever you are dragging something on the screen. Hope you like this video. Thank you very much.